Where's Rachel? Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna review the color scale Hot Toys Batman from the Dark Knight Trilogy. Stay tuned. Okay, so usually I start with the box, but this time around the box is a slap in the face. Hot Toys, what the hell are you doing? It's basically just a brown shipper with some foam inside. It's probably the worst box that Hot Toys has ever done. So that's why I'm not gonna feature it here. Again, it's a slap in the face for collectors. So yeah, let's dig in with the accessories. Again, you have your manual here, very handy. Though this one is not as complex as others in terms of what you do. You have your regular, what you can do with the body, accessories, and how to, transform the sticky bomb gun and whatnot. You have two mouth plates on a figure. One is this, ooh, wanna kiss me kind of look. The other one is on the two other head sculpts. And this, I believe, is the neck color for the Bruce Wayne head sculpt. Then you have this gun. This is the EMP gun. Again, you have batteries that goes into this one. And batteries for the sonar head as well. A bunch of hands. Again, very nicely detailed. You have the knuckles who have a shiny texture. Nice details inside the palm, very nice. You have the sticky bomb gun right there, which we're gonna look at later. Again, you can transform this or attach this to the belt. And speaking of the belt, you have a few attachments here. You have the bomb. These two go on the gun. And you have three batarangs which are die cast, so that's awesome. Be very careful because they are very pointy. And then you have the sonar head, which again you can interchange the mouth pieces. And this one also has batteries inside. And this is cool, is a magnetic head, which is awesome. I think this might be the first magnetic head that Hot Toys used, because again this is a reissue. So that might be the first head. And then you have this piece that you can attach his gun to. So that's about it for accessories. Let's take a look at the figure. And yeah, I obviously forgot the bust to include in the accessories. Yeah, this right here, this is a must for other, future Hot Toys pieces, because when you have multiple head sculpt, this is very useful to, to display them on. So another accessory here is the backpack that you can plug either on the bust or on the figure itself. So yeah, so pretty cool. The bust has a decent size and weight, so it's not that cheap. Again, most of the weight is gonna be in the head sculpt. But yeah, speaking of head sculpts, holy crap, this, if you don't see Christian Bale in here, I think you need glasses, because this, the eyes, you even have the mole next to his eye, which is right there, in between the eye and the nose. Again, this sculpt, I believe, came in 2013. Again, this is the reissue, so what they've done is they updated the paint application on the face. It has more pores, imperfections, and the hair is also very detailed. Yeah, fantastic head. One of the best heads that Hot Toys have done. Obviously, the eyes don't move on this one. They are very realistic. And having this next to the figure is fantastic, as a display piece. Reminds me of when Prime 1 studios are giving you busts with their statues. This is similar option, and again, details are awesome. I actually displayed my the backpack on this bust, which is cool that you can actually do that. So yeah, this is probably the best accessory to go with the figure other than the base. So yeah, huge win here again. You have to put the collar on, then put the head, but yeah. Great stuff here, guys, great stuff. So let's look at the base. Okay, so here's something brand new for this figure, again the reissue, other than the bust. This is a nice diorama base. Again, you have two options. You either display it like this, which is like on top of the building. You have this giant eagle. Again, this base is massive, guys. It's about 6 to 7 inches tall. And on the back here you have the main villains of the trilogy. Again, you have Ra's al Ghul here. Again, the likeness to Liam Neeson is excellent. You have the Joker in the middle, which is my favorite film, The Dark Knight. And lastly, you have Bane, like a broken mask right there. Again, the textures on the rock, you almost have this oxidation right here on this side. You have some green tinge elements. The rock sculpt is excellent, as you can see, it's cracked in some areas. The beak, very nice. And again, you have two options to display the crotch grabber. You can either put it here, as you can see there's a small piece. You can remove that, and then you take this part and plug it here. If you don't like to have, again, having two options is awesome. So either you can have the figure facing like this, or have the eagle in front. But again, I really like this base. Excellent details. And what's cool is you can also remove, there's a panel here that you can remove and put some accessories inside, like this, I think it's this Batman logo. You can remove it from the back right here. There's a piece and you can put some accessories inside, which is cool. And there's a nameplate right there. I don't know if this is die cast. No, it's not like they used to do. Yeah, you have a nice plate right there. It says the Dark Knight Trilogy and Batman. So please, Hot Toys, if you're listening to this, which I doubt they are, give us an updated Joker figure and in Core scale with a brand new head sculpt. And give us a Bane in Core scale. I mean, that would be awesome. Again. So yeah, excellent base. Again, you have this plug, and this goes in between these legs. Very nice base. Okay, yeah, so I was just remembering, I was like, what the hell, I'm missing a couple of hands, but no, they're actually inside the base. So there's how the base opens. You have to obviously remove the clearer piece, and then you remove the eagle's head. So that's how it pegs in. So now it explains why I couldn't find the two other hands. They're basically in there. Let's see if I can get inside. There you go. This one is for holding his grappling gun, and this for the batarangs. So yeah, that solves the mystery. Okay, and here's the Dark Knight itself. Christian Bale. This used to be one of my favorite Batmans growing up. Up until we had Ben Affleck. Yeah, great suit. I mean, look at that likeness right there. This one has movable eyes, which is cool. And again, you can interchange the mouthpieces. But again, that likeness right there with those eyes. So again, this is a reissue, so most of the body is gonna be the same. Again, they've probably improved the proportions. And the cape is definitely excellent this time around. I remember when I had the original figure back in 2013, the cape was horrible. It was a pain to put the cape inside here. It had two plastic clips. So it was horrible, the material was horrible. But this one feels very nice. I like the material. It's pretty heavy, so the cape drapes nicely. As you can see here on the back. Very nice material. It's almost like a silky texture. Again, the boots are rubber. I like the suit because it's like a cloth material underneath, but then they glued these rubbery pieces. Again, the belt, the middle piece is die cast, and you can add some clips like I showed you in the accessory section. You can see right there the mesh in between the plates. That's a cloth piece. I like the kind of carbon fiber look to these pieces. Same in the chest, all the details. And again, that's a cloth material right there, so it's pretty soft. That's not gonna damage the suit. I think the only place that you can damage the suit if you spread the legs. And again, you can make some marks on the rubber ties right there, the pieces. But again, as is, this is like a museum pose, and I have him posed on top of my garage shelf. He looks menacing, like just like this. You know, usually what I do is either move the head downwards and that's very useful because it's a magnetic neck. And put the eyes on the side. Again, I'm going to show you some poses later on. But yeah, excellent figure, guys. Okay, so let's take a look at the heads. Again, they've also have a Sideshow exclusive version which has an empty cowl. I didn't have that, unfortunately, but that would have been cool if you put the Bruce Wayne head on the figure and have him grab the cowl. That's a very nice option. So again, inside the head you have these two giant joysticks right there, which move the eyes independently, and you have the mouth that pegs underneath. That's usually very easy to swap. You can put your finger inside, which obviously I cannot do that because my finger is pretty big. So again, I think they also give you a tool in the box that you can swap the mouth easier. Again, you can put the figure inside with your fingers and move the eyes. You can see there. But again, be careful because they can get stuck. But there's also a tool that helps you with that. Again, I can zoom in. Yeah. So it's easier to move because it's color scale again. It's a bigger canvas. Yeah, now he looks a little bit like a dumbass. Yeah, excellent sculpt on the cowl. It's pretty accurate. Obviously, Hot Toys, you know, they've done a bunch of Batmans from Dark Knight. So I think the newer one has an improved cowl. Again, this is just reused from the older color scale. Yeah, excellent head. And let's look at the Sonar one. Again, this one is a bit heavier because it has the electronics inside for the eyes. Yeah, same sculpt, it's just heavier because you have the batteries inside. Nice mouth details right there. You have the wrinkles, the teeth look excellent, the lips. Final conclusion, guys, this thing is a must-have. Again, it has some inaccuracies. Like this bit right here is supposed to be glued and to the costume. There's a gap right there. This is supposed to go over the gauntlet, but other than that, it's been definitely improved over the older version. The cape is awesome this time around. It's easy to clip inside. You have this big diorama base, and again, for size comparison, here's the Michael Keaton 2.0 Deluxe. This guy is about 26.5 inches tall, and there's the Sideshow premium format. This is from Arkham Asylum, I think. Yeah, excellent statue. So again, just a size comparison. So guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Follow me on TikTok for more content. And as usual, stay safe and see you around for another review. Take care and bye bye.